Hello RuneScape, Wilmasid here with a new video, and how is everyone doing? So a few hours ago I returned from Cambridge in England, visiting Jagex HQ, which was... It's just so weird to know that I've actually been to Jagex. It's kind of just one of those things that I've actually seen J-mods in real life that people have seen on the internet, on the YouTube videos and everything, and I could touch them, I could give them a handshake and say like, wow. It's so weird, and they were like watching me, listening to me, and yeah, just try to imagine just Mark like sitting down and listening to you and like answering to what you're saying and stuff. It's so weird, you know. So it's just really insane. So I kind of wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my tour, what I saw and what I did, and share some pictures with you guys that I took on the tour. A lot of them are some pictures that it's probably some bad pictures because I kind of tried to. I guess show how things were working and such, but I had like a really bad camera, to be honest, so it wasn't really the best pictures, but hopefully you guys will still enjoy watching them and everything like that, I guess. So it started, you know, on the airport in Norway, you know. It was pretty much fair enough, you know. I was standing on the airport, I took the plane over to Gatwick, is that how I say, Gatwick? In London, I believe, like outside London, and that's pretty much fair enough, you know. I landed and everything, and oh my gosh, Gatwick is incredibly large. You have to like walk forever in order to get to the baggage kind of recover kind of thing place. And when I got to the reclaim kind of port for the baggage, my baggage had already passed away, as in it was like already delivered, so it wasn't there. It was completely silent. It was like one of the bombs was still running from Spain, I believe, or something like that, but the rest of it was just completely dead. I couldn't see anyone, and it was kind of just me walking along there. I'm not even sure how I got there late, because I was kind of walking continuously every single time, you know, so I didn't really know what happened where. And eventually, you know, I saw like a small kind of bag recovery sign on the roof, you know, so I went up there and like was to say that, okay, hey, I came from Norway, my bag's gone, what do I do? And it was like, hey, it's just standing there. When I was turning around, and it was like a lot of bags just standing next to there. I didn't see it somehow, and so one of my bags were one of there, and I basically just took my bag and walked away. And I walked through the kind of the tax-free kind of thing, or whatever it's called. And I got out of the place there where, you know, where taxi people standing with like signs and up. And I'm kind of looking for someone saying Jagex or someone saying my name. And it was no one there saying my name or Jagex. So I was like, okay, what do? I didn't know what to do. It was my first time in England. I didn't know if it was at the correct spot. I didn't know what to look for or anything like that. So I kind of started walking around, having like small panic attacks, and I was like, okay, what do I do? So I was kind of considering calling Jagex and saying that, hey, my cab isn't here, I'm like stuck in London, what do I do? And everything, but my phone didn't work outside the country as well, you know, so, well, outside Norway that is, so I couldn't really call anyone. I had like no clue what to do, and eventually, after like 15 minutes of walking back and forth, I actually went outside as well and looked for people, but didn't see anyone, so I walked back inside, and then I see a man running away. Not that way really, but I came running along basically with like a small sign saying my name, and I was like, oh gosh, yes, I'm going to Jagex after all. And you know, he was like, sorry for being late, I believe, because my plane turned out to be landing quite early, to be honest, so it's like fair enough and everything. We drove away to Cambridge. It was about like just under 2 hours, I believe, of traveling in car, so it wasn't too bad, to be honest. Like, I had a chat with him and everything. It was a lot of tea. It was like first time in England and everything, so I was kind of watching everything that was going by. Chorus on like a double-decker. The first time I saw a double-decker, I was like, wow, you know. So that's kind of epic, I guess, for me. So I reached the hotel. It was pretty much fair enough. Like, the hotel was pretty nice and everything. It was like a palace, some sort of palace in the middle of the Cambridge city, so it wasn't really bad. And I walked up there, said goodbye to driver and everything, got my bag, and I walked up to the reception of the hotel. And I said, you know, my name, I'm gonna check in and everything. And he said, okay, just put your credit card in here and type in your PIN. And he gave me on the kind of the card kind of thing, was a bill of a lot of money. I don't know how much it is in pound, to be honest, but it was Norwegian money. So it was like, it's a lot of money, basically. And I did not have that kind of money. So I said that, hey, I can pay for this. I don't have that kind of money. And he was like, okay, what we're going to do is that, well, he basically told me that earlier there'd be one other girl with the same kind of issue with that I had about like not having the money and like having to pay for something that I thought was free, because I told them that I was there on a trip to Jagex and they should have paid for this. And so because of that, I got away with paying £1, I believe, kind of to just register my card or something weird. And it said that I have to contact Jagex in the morning. I was like, yeah, I'll totally do that. And I was thinking about that because Salencore was supposed to be at the hotel bar at 7. I got there at 9:30. So, of course, he wasn't there anymore, and neither was anyone else. So at the time, I was just standing there completely alone with a massive bill. No one to talk to, no one to turn to, and my phone didn't work, so I couldn't call anyone either. It was like, wow, what'd I do? But it turned out that Salencore had been helping out with Miss Littles in order to pay her bill at the hotel and everything. So I was thinking that, like, if Salencore wasn't there, or if Miss Littles was after me or something weird, what would I have done? Just because of that, I was able to actually check in my hotel room and everything. So I got up to my hotel, I was like unsure what to do because I kind of wanted to contact Skies and everything. I was also there among those people, so I made one of my friends, Tom. I contacted him instead. I got a hold of him over the internet on my computer. I logged in on my computer and everything, and made Tom text him everything, gave him my room number and everything. Tom Skies to get up to me, and I was sitting there for a little while just talking to them, playing some games and everything. And then I heard like knocking on the door and everything. I was like a bunch of people talking. I was like, oh gosh, this is it. I was like super scared. So I was just standing outside my door, by my door for like a couple of seconds, and I opened it to kind of like, okay, I need to look normal and I need to look cool. So I open the door and I stare at it and I can see of people. It was like 12 people, I believe, just kind of staring at me and be like, hey, 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 hey. I was like, oh gosh, hey, And that was so cool because I was like, okay, who's everyone here? And they kind of introduced themselves and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, that's Salencore. Oh my god, that's Skysa. Oh my god, that's Escape Skill. I keep messing up the name. And the one Kingio and Darden was there and everything. A friend was at his room at the moment, so I didn't see him before the next morning. And basically that was it, and it was like really, really epic to meet them as well. It was a couple of Gemos there as well. I believe it was Mod Raymond and Mod Trans and Mod Silencore. Well, Mod Silent was there, plus like the guests there, except a friend and everything, and that was really, really cool to meet them and say hi to everyone. So we're back into my room where we kind of introduced them to the people, and the Skype call was winning as well. So it kind of was like, yeah, they got a little piece of the cake as well, I guess. So that was that. They went back to their room, was a little bit in the room with Skysa, took a picture and tweeted it. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, you should be seeing that as well. And we went to bed for the evening. It was getting kind of late. So we got up in the morning, we ate breakfast at the hotel, and we got in the cab, it was like 2 cabs, I believe, to go to Jagex. And we went to Jagex, and there we were greeted by Mod Crow. Really, really cool guy, he's really awesome as well. I was like, oh my gosh, that was Crow. I was so like fanboying every single one there. It was amazing. And I was like, Mod Stevie walked by, I was like, oh my god, it's Stevie. Oh, my Jane went into the bathroom there. I was like, oh my god, that's my Jane, and everything. And it was really, really cool to watch as well. Too bad we didn't get to talk to my C3 DPO as well, also walking by at some point. But yeah, that's fair enough, I guess. I think it saw us. So, we got a main tour around Jagex. I got to see everything, how they did things and everything. It was really, really cool. We got to talk to a few JMods about various things, which showing a few things. We talked about different things. It's really, really interesting as well. All the time, I was just starstruck about the kind of idea that I actually was sitting at Jagex HQ. I was looking at JMods who could actually look at me back and be like, hey, I like this, and they'd be like, yeah, I know. I was like, oh, no, that's me. That's completely different than watching people on a screen or whatever it might be. So yeah, it's really, really cool, and it's really great and everything. So we were there for quite a few hours. I think it was like 8 hours, and then we were going to leave to eat at the restaurant. First of all, we're going to head back to the hotel. We didn't have time for that, so instead we just headed straight to a restaurant where we're going to eat and everything. And I think it was a few JMods joining us. I think it was Mod Anna, Mod Chris L, Mod MMG, Mod Mark, and Mod Mac. I think that's all the JMods. Plus a bunch of course, the 10 guests that was with us. I think that was, let me see if I can name them all in my head here. It was Me Will Miss It, Darden, a friend, Escape Skill, Muffy, I think that's his name. If not, I'll just change that on the screen. He's really Miss Adam, I believe. And we had Miss Littles, Skysa, who I had not mentioned, the one Kingy, of course. Gosh, I believe I missed someone, but I don't really know. Wow, I can't speak. I'll just put the whole list on the screen for those to be interested, like the name, points, and everything. So yeah, it was a bunch of really awesome people. At least I love every single one of them. It was so cool to, yeah, of course Tom was one of them, and Bosia, really, really cool people. And it's just insane to be able to actually see those people because they're like celebrities to me. There was so many of them. It was like, wow, I'm actually talking to real RuneScapers in real life, the same interest. I can sit in a restaurant and say RuneScape things. So it was like, what? That didn't make any sense whatsoever. And I've never really done that before either, like talk to RuneScape so openly to so many people at the same time. And it was really, really cool. That was like a whole new experience for me. And after a while, we had dinner and dessert and everything. And after the end, we turned to Mudmark, well, not Mudmark, but MudMG, and we say, hey, what about that tank? And he didn't even resist when he said, let's do it. So we got up, headed to back to the Jagex HQ. We got in a tank, we drove off, every single one of us except all the J-mods. I think it was just Jack Mob and MudMG in the tank plus 10 of us, so I guess, just driving along to some parking area. We got a few planks in such a front of the tank so we could kind of drive over it, and we did like turns and everything until we got the silent core who kind of crashed the tank and stopped it in the middle of the road so no cars could get in. It was super hilarious at that point, but it's like, what happens in the morning when people are going to work and everything. But MudMG said that happened a lot and everything. And MudMG, he was a really, really cool guy. Like, things he said and things he explained, I've got a whole new perspective of him and how things work in Jagex, and it's really, really good. And I'm so surprised, and I'm so, yeah, it's just insane. So he's a really, really cool guy and everything. So that was that. We drove with the tank, we went back to Jagex HQ in the evening. I think it was like almost midnight, and we figured that, hey, we should do a live stream. So we did that. We had it on Twitch for the RuneScape Twitch, and we did actually a live stream, which streamed from this small live stream room where they did Alan's challenge. It was really, really cool as well. Got to see a bunch of stuff. It was really fun. A lot of questions. I think we had like 200 people watching, so it was really, really cool to see and everything. And I was just honored of being able to be there and say hi to people and everything. It was really, really cool. So after evening, we headed back to the hotel. We had sleep, we woke up in the morning, it was breakfast, and we had to head home. Some people left it in different times of the morning, so I didn't manage to see all of them, which was pretty unfortunate. I kind of wanted to say properly goodbye to them, but I got to say a few of goodbye to a few of them in the morning and the evening. So yeah, it was good, and I'm back home now. That's really fortunate because I'm sitting here like, did this actually happen, or I'm still dreaming, or what really happened? And it's just really insane to me to know that I've actually been there, all the things I've seen and everything. It's insane, and I just want to tell all about it, but I can't. So yeah, guys, I could have been over there if it wasn't for you guys either. I was only there because of my video kind of things and you guys watching my videos. So it's like, how I appreciate it. I love every single one of you so much. Even before we went to Jagex, we got the invite to go to Jagex. I love you guys as well. It's just really insane for me. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this story. That's everything that I can kind of recall that is worth telling, I guess. And it's been really, really awesome. Yeah. My name is Will Miss It, and I'll see you guys later.